Hi Aries, welcome to your end of July 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Just shuffling the cards. Oops. Oh my gosh. I'm a little bit all over the map here. I was shuffling the cards right side up. That's when you know you're kind of losing it. Okay. And I'm picking an additional card because okay. Got some fire energy at the bottom there. Okay. Well, the top row makes a lot of sense to me. What area of life this is, I don't know. And of course, sometimes this can be timing, like the heart of the matter is the moon card, and this is a card of Pisces, of all the signs, but some of you who know about astrology know that the moon rules Cancer. So they choose Pisces to associate the moon card with because of some of the, I'm assuming, because of some of the things that they attribute to this card, which is a sense of not knowing the full picture, being confused, maybe outright lies, deception, addiction, insanity. I mean, all these things are connected to the moon card. And of course, we say loony, and so the moon already had that kind of a bad rap. And of course, there's good things about the moon, or that are represented by the moon. Creativity and spirituality. So these can be themes for you at the end of July, Aries. So interestingly, I was just thinking astrologically, and the sun goes into Leo on the 22nd of July, and you are a fire sign too. So this is, things start to get good. Yeah, when the moon is in Cancer, I mean the sun is in Cancer, it's very, I think it's very easy for a fire sign to feel a little bit at odds with themselves, because in your case, this is the 4th house. As I record this earlier on in July, before that entrance of the sun into Leo, the 4th house for Aries is Cancer, and that is the childhood, the mother, the family situations, real estate matters, and it's a water house. So the moon is your emotions. Maybe that's kind of getting you all riled up about something that may have happened a long time ago, but something domestic that is going on, at the very least, emotions. And maybe your intuition is heightened. You sense that something is up. We do have in the past position the Judgment card, and this is a card of rebirth, but it's also sometimes a card of karma, of sowing what you reap. Or I always say that backwards, reaping what you sow. And the thing about the Judgment card is that it can be trial by fire, that you have to go through a lot of things in order to get to that place of rebirth. So with the moon card, dealing with somebody else's addiction, maybe having issues connected to judgment too. that made you realize that this is a pattern that you have to break. If you get involved with people that kind of represent the shadow side of the moon card, and this is something that has not just happened once, but happened over and over again, that could be what is going on. People who deceive you. And feeling that sense of, I just can't do this anymore. And actually the higher message is a card of leaving a situation that is very stressful, that is full of a lot of drama, and choosing peace in your life. And when you choose peace, it's because you believe you deserve it, and that is a great thing, obviously, to really go towards this situation like that and feel that you're deserving of it. And it's a process, and the thing with the moon card too is it's about creativity, and fire signs like Aries tend to be innately creative, and the Judgment card in the past position may have been like something that has come over you that has made you realize how important that is in your life. And I don't mean like necessarily even becoming an artist. I mean having the freedom, which fire signs love, in order to inject your own sense of things into it. Like, for instance, let's say you're a teacher. A lot of times there's like that strict curriculum nowadays that you have to follow, and that can be very stifling for some people, and they don't realize that until they are in that classroom, and they realize that the thing that made them want to become a teacher was it had a creative element to it, that they could come up with things for their students that they believed would really grab them. And you know, they're told, no, that's against the rules and stuff. So finding a place where you don't have that conflict, where you're not butting heads with somebody. That's how I see the Six of Swords. But there's a spiritual component to it. It's not just you doing it for a career move. You're actually trying to feed your soul. What crosses you is the Two of Pentacles. Well, tell me something I don't already know. This is a card of a juggling act, and I'm certain that a lot of Aries people can relate to this, because you tend to be very active individuals in general, where you're very into doing things that are pushing you ever forward, and you have your irons in a bunch of fires. So this is a card of maybe trying to, you're having a lot on your plate, multitasking, if you will. Perhaps you're going to school and you're also working, or you have two jobs, or something like that. Well, the problem is that it's creating too much diffusion. So it's making it hard for you to really focus on the things that are most important. And we should never allow that to happen, because I think, I'm not an expert on the law of attraction, but one thing I think they always talk about is that kind of focus. And I think that that is a big reason why some people don't succeed the way that they want to, because they are scattering their energy too much. And Aries tends to be, I think Aries people tend to be successful simply for the fact that they are so active, being cardinal signs, that they are doers. So just by the nature of doing something, you're going to be ahead of the game over people that are talking about what they're going to do. Having said that, it doesn't mean that you are not capable of creating a lot of projects that you don't finish. You're a catalyst, you're a cardinal sign. So that could be the area where you drop the ball, where you don't see the project through to the end. Unless you have Mars in Taurus, that can be very helpful for, stick-to-itiveness, that kind of thing. So look at that in your life and see if there's anything like that is happening. Now, if this is a romantic relationship, then it can be trying to do too much, also juggling two people. Maybe it's not you necessarily, but the other person, the person that is claiming that you're crazy. That's another thing too, that you could be somebody could be gaslighting you with the Moon card and telling you that you're nuts, and you have a sneaking suspicion about something. And in that case, the Six of Swords is saying it's time to choose peace. But there's an element of the competitive within Aries, and even if you suspect that somebody's cheating on you, although it might be a bruise to your ego, there might even be this thing that activates itself within you that wants to be the one that they choose. And so there's like, so the ego becomes the part of you that is rises to this challenge, and it can end up creating a situation where you're competing with somebody else, but it's a very degrading situation. What's coming in, or the advice, is the Queen of Wands, and this is embodying your... the word that came into my mind, which is really weird, is warrior spirit. This is, Queen. I don't think of her as a warrior. More of the fire energy. But the dignity and the compassion, so in other words, you're not going scorched earth on somebody else. The confidence, this is what this card represents. And holding your head up high, whatever you're dealing with. And but this has an authoritative air to it. So if you're dealing with your employer, you're not groveling, you're not coming from that position, nor are you, burning bridges. You're just kind of sailing off into the sunset like the Six of Swords. But you're doing it for yourself. That's what I guess I should say, is that there's a certain dignity within this card, that you're doing it for your own sake, because you know that that's what you have to do right now. And so I got this as the outcome card, and I picked another card along with this. The Five of Wands as the outcome card. This is a card of conflict. And I could have left it here because Aries doesn't shy away from conflict. In some cases, you're the one who starts it. You're the one who thinks that it makes life a little bit spicier to have conflict. In this particular case, I see this as, if you make a decision, it may not be something that is taken lightly. There may be pushback. And interestingly, but I would say too that if this is something that is the outcome of a new experience for you, this could actually be very good, where you feel like finally you're in your own element. And because this can be like a friendly competition where you're kind of like with people who are very talented, maybe creatively talented, and it's like you make each other better because you're trying to compete against them in a friendly way. And what it does is it keeps elevating your aspirations and your abilities. But I picked this as an additional card, and here's another fire, and we have 8 of Wands. And so that sense of things just happening very suddenly, or just back and forth, a lot of movement. So it's almost like coming from that stagnation, if that's what you felt, like a swamp. That's how I see the moon card. It's almost like this murky swamp. And this is your element, so it's like being in your element. Instead of this water, this morass, this bog. I think that is, excuse me, much more in alignment with what you represent, Aries. So I like it. I really do like it. So I hope that this resonated with you, and if you would like a personal reading, a lot of my readings are astrology based. I have the link below to my online store, and you can check me out. Thanks for watching. Take care.